Hey guys, it's Spitfire again. Today I am down in my basement and I was just thinking and looking through some of my past videos, and I noticed I haven't really done a video on my lathe. And I figured, what the hell, let's go ahead and do it. This is my, I forget what year it is, I think it's late 40s, early 50s, Logan 922. It's 11-inch swing by 36-inch on center beds. And it's I don't know, it's an alright machine for what I use it for. I've had it for about 4 or 5 months now, and there's a few things, you know, when you buy an old machine like this, you kind of figure out some of the flaws or some of the parts that have worn out on it. And I did a really thorough job of looking this thing over before I bought it. However, you know, after you use it a while, you get a feel for the machine, and you can get a better idea of what some things you might want to fix or replace or just learn to live with. This lathe weighs about, I think in the Logan catalog it says it's like 850 or 900 pounds the way it's sitting right now. I got it down here. I made another video where I brought this thing down here piece by piece basically, and it took me 2 or 3 hours to get it down in my basement and get it all reassembled. So let's take a little closer look at this guy here. Alright, we'll start back here. This, of course, is the drive unit. You know, it's pretty standard on all Logans. It has 2 steps on the back shaft pulley, and then somebody at some point replaced my drive motor pulley, so I gotta get a new one of those. And I have a few things going on here in my my gear area. I've got this guy just hanging on there because I had the collet attachment, and that collet attachment handle, the part that swings out here, is the pin for this door. What I ended up doing here is, being that I just did this one day because I was kind of ran out of time and I didn't want to mess with it too much, but I pulled that pin out and I just got a 1/4-inch bolt in there, which is obviously, as you can see, not the right size, but it's keeping my thing in place here, and it hangs there all right. I got to get a new pin on there. Another reason why I have this thing off at the moment is my little outer spindle here. At some point, somebody put 4 holes to try and make a spider here, and they did a fairly good job of it. But if we can see, my one bolt, I think it's this one. Sorry, it should be tilted back this way a little bit. I've used it a few times, it works alright. I'm going to make another video on taking these bolts. I might replace these with hex cap bolts. But I'm going to make a video of taking these bolts and putting a little brass insert in those guys, so when I'm doing barrel work and stuff, it won't mar up the barrel. I might also try and get a new one of these and make a new one, because I can't close the cover with these guys in here. And when the cover is closed, I can't run this spider with that cover closed, so I want to change that. I'll probably make a longer spindle nose here and get my spider out here a little bit, because I don't know what, it's probably maybe a foot from my chuck to my outside of my spindle here. Alright, so I got a light here for you guys. As you can see, this is kind of how I got it. I didn't really do much cleaning on this guy yet, other than I made sure the gears are nice and clean and lightly oiled. And then I realigned them a little bit because it was kind of noisy, and it's still a little noisier than I'd like it to be. I'll kick her in gear here and we can crank it on and you can listen to it for a second. Make sure everything's disengaged. So it's not too bad, but I got a little bit of noise, and I think it's coming from one of my gears up here, but they're all pretty snug and tight. So that's the headstock side of my quick change, of course. I love the quick change. That's like a must on any lathe you get. I don't know how, I've had a few with quick changes, but here's the drive get up. These things are The nice thing about these is they're super simple, easy to work on. The bad thing is they got flat belts, which is not my favorite. And this particular belt I have on this one, I think is probably damn near as old as the lathe. It's spliced, and it's still, you know, somewhat pliable, and it works all right. But that clicks. I'll crank it on here in a minute. You can hear it again, but it works all right. Bolt pin, of course, and the hood latch. That's kind of cool on these Logans to keep that hood weighs about 40 pounds, so you don't want that guy coming off on your fingers. Let's grab a camera. If you can see right in the back here, that pin, and you can thread that up and down within the cover, that tensions your pulley. So when you close the lid, that'll push that back, and then it'll tension your belt. And when you open it, it loosens up. So that's kind of a neat feature. I mean, it's extremely simple, but it works well. Let's pop this guy closed here. And somebody did, the guy that had it before me wired it up, so he's got a box there, and he's got it nicely wired. I don't know about that box is kind of in the way, but he's got it nicely wired with some conduit to my double switch, which is nice. The bed on this guy is a little bit worn, but it's in pretty good shape. I've been able to hold some pretty, you know, a couple thousandths tolerance across, you know, several inches, so that's good enough. I just got a 3-jaw 6-inch in here now. I got a 4-jaw 6-inch, but I'm looking to get a little bigger one because my 4-jaw only has 1 1/4 through hole, and my spindle bore on this guy is, I think it's 1 3/8 or something like that. It's big enough to run 1 1/4 barrel, at least I know. So that's one of the main reasons why I bought this lathe, because it's got that 1 3/8 spindle bore, and also I can do the 36-inch on center if I want to run a barrel out to a steady rest, and then, you know, I can do my barrel work out here in a steady rest. Here's my phase 2 quick change tool post, wedge style, that I just put on yesterday. Actually, I made a video about it if you guys want to check that out. I went through milling that T-nut and just kind of getting it set on there. I haven't used it much, so I really have no opinion on it yet, but I have a feeling it's going to be quite a bit better than the old lantern style 2-post that I had on here, because that thing was horrible to say the least. One thing I have on here, I got hex head screws, set screws for the compound adjustment. I got it set up at 29.5 degrees right now because I was doing some threading on it not too long ago. Let's see what else. Live center, all that good stuff. I do not have an 11-inch center rest for this guy yet. Hopefully I will be getting one soon. I'm trying to find one. They're kind of a hard thing to find. They do come up every once in a while, but when they do, they are quite expensive. And the last one I saw go on eBay was about $300 for an original one. So if anybody out there knows of one that they don't need that is somewhat affordable, shoot me a message and let me know. Threading dial on this guy, pretty standard. Saddle lock, half nut, and then this guy also has the clutch, which is nice. It's got the cross feed, cross slide, and the clutch assembly, which is super nice. So we can crank it on here and my clicky belt. And let's see, let's go crank it over here, and then we'll tighten that guy up. Here's my cross feed, going extremely slow. I'll undo it. I'll go saddle, and of course I got it running in reverse, so that's kind of cool with these guys, which is similar to a lot of south bends. And then if we just want to throw the half nut, just do that too. So you can hear my clicky belt there. And I'm gonna kick my gears out, and I'll throw a piece on here. I got a little piece in there I knurled the other day with my new knurler. Let's get a quick change here. And I already got this guy set up, so I'll just take a quick little slice off of this guy and show you guys how it cuts. Hopefully we're in focus. I'm doing this one-handed, so take a little deeper cut. A little deeper cut. I'm getting chatter because my bit is in there like perfectly straight, so that's not the way it's supposed to be, but there we go. Nice smooth cut. The quick change, that's cool. I don't know what else I can tell you about this guy. Oh, the two things that I noticed after I bought it. So I got some backlash on this guy, and I was looking at it and I thought, well, maybe my gear, maybe my rack gear up here, or my pinion gear, something is bad. But see that guy right there? That's part of the assembly of the pinion gear, and when I turn it you can see it move. So I'm not too excited to do it, but I'm gonna rip this apron apart and see if I got wear on the actual apron or if it's wear on that stud there. I'm hoping it's a stud because the stud is way easier to fix than that apron. If not, I'll have to buy a new one. So I'm getting a little bit of play there with that. My backlash on here I think is only 20 or 25 thousandths. Backlash on here is quite a bit more. I think it's like 50 or 60 thousandths. But I haven't tried to tighten these guys up or anything. And then here's my other complaint. Not really a complaint, but thing that I found after I bought it. If you can see this, I don't know what you want to call it, the shaft that all the change gears ride, or the change levers ride on, that spins when you turn the lathe on. You'll turn it on, see if it spins. Well, I lied, I don't have it engaged, but anyways, that guy spins, and I got a little bit of wear there too. So I'm hoping that's a stud issue. Here's the opposite side. That side's not near as bad, but it moves a little bit. So I'm hoping that's wear on that shaft and not wear on my housing here, because I don't know, either way it'll probably be expensive. But this has the original cast iron legs on it. I got a box full of crap down there in my tool belt. Here's that rod for the cover, and I got whey oil and spindle oil. This nice little box this guy made for me that I got with the lathe. Some collets for live centers and stuff. Here's my collet closer, my drawbar. There's my old lantern style tool post and all my holders. There's for my 4-jaw. I don't know where my 4-jaw is right now. I think I got it on the bench, but some plates. I got this guy off eBay for 12 bucks, so that was awesome. I forgot I had this one, and then I got that guy, so that was a really good deal. Those are quite a bit more than that, but let's see. Some things I plan on doing with this guy. I'm gonna make a quick release for this guy because I don't like this. I want to make like a lever style with that. I was just watching Randy, I can't remember the guy's name, Randy Richard or something. He's got a bunch of videos on different stuff, but he's got, I think his lathe is a little bit bigger than mine. His might be a 12 or a 13, but it's the same style. He put a DRO on his over here and on the front. That would be kind of nice to have. I don't have that. And other than that, I mean, it's a pretty good lathe for what I do. I do a lot of just tinkering, and what I'm going to end up doing is like some gunsmithing stuff. I got some videos coming up on that, barrel work. So yeah, I'm working on my lighting too. Sorry guys, my lighting sucks, but I'm getting there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this lathe as far as, you know, refurbishing it. I might end up replacing the spindle bearings just because once I do that, I know it's, you know, it cuts a really good cut now, but I get a little bit of chatter in there, and I'm not quite sure where I'm getting it from, and it might be from my spindle bearings, but I can cut a really straight cut on that guy, so I don't know. And then painting it, I'm not sure if I'm going to paint it. Someday I plan on having it powder coated, the whole thing. I'm going to tear it apart, powder coat it, but that probably won't be anytime soon. And other than that, I mean, it's a pretty good little lathe. I mean, it's not really little, but it's a pretty good lathe. I've had a couple south bends. I've had another Logan. I have a video up on my 46. What is that? A 210 10 by 24 Logan. I repainted that one and fixed that one up a little before I got rid of it, and I replaced it with this guy. So I've had two South Bend 9-inch model lathes, which are super nice little lathes, but you know, they're small and they can only do so much. And then, yeah, someday I hope to get a little bigger one, probably a Klossing or something. I like the Klossing 5900s or 6000s, whichever they are. And yeah. So other than that, that's my Logan 922 11 by 36. I'm just going to show it to you guys, kind of give you a little overview of it, and it's a nice lathe. If you come across one and you're not sure about getting it, you know, just do a good check on everything and make sure all the gears are in good shape and it runs and it cuts straight. Usually if the guy has it, they'll let you cut something on it if you have a piece of stock you can bring with. So if you guys like my videos, please subscribe, share them, like them, comment if you want to comment, and let me know if you want anything else you want me to do, and check out my other videos. So until next time, see you guys later. Thanks.